Hey, welcome back to RC3D. My name is Ryan. In this video, I'm going to be finishing off the Joker bust. Well, 95%. I'm still tweaking it a little bit. And everything's held together with a lot of super glue, a lot of all-purpose adhesive. There's some hot glue on the inside, just giving that extra grip. I always apply a little bit of hot glue when I'm super gluing because it'll hold those bits together while the super glue's going off. There's some epoxy resin as well, the two-part epoxy, and a dowel running through his, running through the top of his chest, up through his neck, and that head's holding on because his head fell off. Yeah.
Our pet's heads are falling off! Okay, just calm down.
It smashed his nose and smashed his chin. I fixed that, but yeah, it still needs some touching up, but it's getting there. It's getting there, and I can't wait to start the next project because I love doing this. I love it coming together, and I love the finished product. Before I get to the finished product, I'm like, oh, what can I start now? And I've always got something printing off. I've got a real good idea for the next one, like really good. There's a little bit of experimentation in the electronics for it, so hit that notification icon to stay up to date for my future video on that project. I'm going to be really cryptic about it. Let me know in the comments down below and have a guess at what the next project will be before I upload the video. Was he about 6 pieces? 6 pieces because it's just a head. There's a base as well for it to hang on and stuff like that. It's not as gruesome as it sounds. I'll stop running on and rambling. I printed this off in about 12 pieces on 2 Anycubic Vipers. Really good printer. I've got 2 of them because I've never had any issues with it. So I bought a second one. So after I got all this put together, it felt like it needed something else, and I wanted to add some lights just to illuminate the bust from beneath, underneath his, his chest and underneath his face, just to make it more sinister in the dark. I'll put up a clip of how it looks in the dark eventually in this video, maybe not now because it'll be spoilers for the rest of the video. I wanted to add some lights to this, and I wanted to just add a little bit more, but I kind of wanted to put some extra nods on there. I made a plaque for Arkham Asylum, tried to make it look like rusty and stuff, like it just been pulled straight off a wall outside the asylum itself. And I wanted to put a nod on there to obviously Mark Hamill, who does a really good job at voicing the Joker in the animated series. The year of the animated series, if you're a fan of that, it first released in 1992. I can't believe it. I've got about 12 hours of recording on this camera to chop up and put together for you in a way that's going to make some sense and that you can follow. But yeah, let's get on with it. some things might not make sense with the painting, because there was times where I'd applied a paint like the purple. I went in with an ink purple that I got online. It was great colour, but really watery, and it just left so many streaks, and I wasn't happy with it. There's his vest. I painted it yellow. I wanted it to be orange. I wanted to see how the yellow would look, but it was too much. So I just went straight in with a full-on acrylic orange. Mark Hamill's Joker, probably the first Joker I ever saw as a kid growing up, which is why I did this one. I've never taken on a project like this before. The painting's pretty simple. There's not a lot going on, there's not a lot of detail. I don't need to try and make anything look real, do any shading or anything like that. I mean, the eyeliner was hard enough. I didn't know how lasses get their eyeliner, because I really struggled on this. This was a graft. This has taken me ages. I've still got some more work to do on it. This entire thing, including the head, was printed in about 12 parts. I wanted to make something huge, something that didn't have a massive amount of detail. This is one of the first things that I've made as a life-size sculpture, but I think I did okay with the body filler and the primer. He's got a bit of a dink on his chin here. I had to fill that, and it still needs a little bit of a sand. That's because his head fell off. Yeah, I almost had a heart attack. I think you could pick him up by his ears and his head isn't going anywhere now. Drop my light, drop my buttons. RGB LED system going on here with a remote control, so I can just turn those lights on and off and then just set different sequences. I've got obviously the Arkham Asylum plaque here. See the Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane, established 1974. 1974 is when Arkham Asylum first appeared in the DC comics, so I thought that would be a cool nod there. And then on the bottom here we've got Mark Hamill, 1992, the Joker, Batman the Animated Series. 1992 being the year the Joker first appears in the animated series. Hopefully some of the footage, I got about 12 hours of footage to edit for this video and to just show everyone how I made it. There's some things I did off camera purely because I ran out of memory on my SD card, and then uploading it all to the computer took, I think at one point I had about a 6-hour upload from SD card to my computer. So there was some bits here and there that I did off camera. I haven't done a gloss coat on the body yet because I'm still touching this up. There's some, like where the orange at the bottom down here, and maybe purple, a bit more on his flower. I have got something planned for the future. It's another life-size thing, kind of. This one's kind of going backwards a little bit because it's just a head. And I'll let you think about that. Try and work out what the next one is before I upload the next video. Have a guess in the comments. Try and think of a character who is just a head. You might know him if you're a gamer. Actually, you might know him if you're a gamer. You should know him if you're a gamer. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.